Morning, everybody. Hope you all are doing fantastic. Just a reminder, give me 1 minute as I'm getting everybody added from the Discord side as well. Almost set up on Discord too, so just multitasking the stream sources. Come on. Discord's being funny at the moment. But for those of you guys on YouTube, you should already be able to see. Morning, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing fantastic. Should be able to see the disclaimer now. And let me go send out 2 more links real fast, and then we are good to go. There's that one. And then now just tag all of you guys over here. Last one, and we're good to go. All right. Just a reminder, everyone, everything we're about to do is for educational and entertainment purposes only. We do not trade with live funds. It's strictly just used to demo and paper trade. And there we go. Everyone should be able to see my charts. El Torta, thanks, bud. I appreciate it. Markets are still being a little bit tough for the ending of this March session. Continue to have a lot of boxes stacked in the way of each other, and again, just making price action much more difficult. We do have bearish beacons and scalp targets for us to be aware of that we want to target down here. And give me 1 second. Sorry, I have an emergency. All right, I'm back. That was bad timing on my part, but we are good. Away we go. Trying to fix one thing on Discord real fast. YouTube folks, good morning to all of you guys as well. Thank you for being on both sides. I appreciate you. Reedy, just why don't you reach out on the Discord side and I can try to help you. I help with the Discord side, not the website side. I'm here to answer questions, as you can see, so feel free to hop right in and ask whatever you need. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to make sure I'm on the YouTube side as well to answer those questions. There we go. So now I can answer him. I can answer you all. Apologies, I have to keep sneezing and I'm trying to get away from the mic. That was why I had to shut my mic off real fast earlier. All right. Away we go. Tesla's taken off most likely because of the announcement of, what is it? The IPO for, what is it called? The SpaceX stuff. That would be my guess. I can look at Tesla in a bit though. So at the moment, the indexes, we did have a bearish confirmation, but then there was a stop out, unfortunately, but that's just the way it is with them up above. And now that's pushing back down too across all assets, at least across all index futures. The biggest thing right now for you guys that are live with me, and this is really important, is I would put all your ideas and weight into the SQQQ right now. Not sure why this is not playing ball over here with text message. There we go. Just keep that note going forward, and I need to put that over in the sentiment channel. So if you can give me a chance to type that out for those people. This is for anyone who's maybe not live with us, but is just able to jump on later in our group. So markets are choppy right now. Make sure you are waiting for SQQQ to deliver a confirmation before you take anything on index futures. Less plays, but higher probability wins. Reminder, this happened yesterday, where we just had to be patient and then had really, really good long opportunities that played out. Before that, it was just chop. Markets are dropping pretty hard now. All right, should be good to go. All right, so SQQQ currently neutral. Check out UVXY real fast on the right side of our screen. See if, man, that pretty aggressive candles at the moment. Those are really big for no news events right now. Yeah, UVXY is also neutral too. SPY neutral, QQQ is neutral. Russell being the higher performer. It might be a little bit hard to see Russell because of the monthly box being the way. I can pull the monthly off though. Make it easier to see. But even this very small range today on price action, you'll see this blue box is going to disappear. We're inside this weekly trend and we keep shorting from the daily system on Russell. Amazon is neutral. Apple is neutral as well. Microsoft is confirmed bearish. And then NVIDIA is neutral. So I'm going to type these out real fast. It's just a lot of neutral price action, which again is why the indexes are chopping up a little bit. And then I know somebody was asking about Tesla. So let me put Tesla up real fast. It'll be crazy for those of you talking about Tesla, and then there'll be a box right here. It is confirmed bullish right now, but it's about to fail, and you can't play Tesla options till New York opens, so we'll keep watching that. Remind me to bring Tesla up as we keep going through the stream, okay? Because I'll forget. I tend to not have it up as the top 4. Neutral. Russell is over here bearish, confirmed, and playing out. Has hit the full average win so far. And just chopping up on the others. Watch SQQQ. That'll be the decider for you, us index folks. Oliver, what's going on? Gold and silver. I can look at those next. We've got lots of trend boxes. You see all the big green in the way, which is going to make price action just bigger and a little bit more difficult. Same thing with oil. You've got conflicting trends, red on green. We've been trying to stay a little bit away from markets this week, just from the amount of confirmations that are needed in Confluence, because the candles trended earlier and they continue to trend during the Asia session as well. Because I mean, we're daily trending bullish from our system. As you can see, we pushed up quite aggressively. And then right now on gold, you have a bullish confirmation all the way above our weekly system, but it's stuck at the highest point we have in a day right there. And so now it retraces back into our weekly system right here for a potential. It's going to reverse. This is going to be hard to trade. So those of you that are in gold, won't really have much to do for right now. The biggest thing that I would do on gold is try to use GLL, which is the inverse pro shares to it. And so this chart will be cleaner than what gold is right now, right here. And this one in 3 minutes is about to confirm long, which means we should be looking to short gold, but we can't short into a box. So those of you wanting to be on gold, it's going to be a bunch of nothing, which is very similar to what we've been doing most of this week, unless you're swing trading from the system. Swing trades have been going great, moving up from the weekly system, but day trades are difficult. Oil, on the other hand, has been pretty relaxed in between our daily system today. There was a loss up there, followed by a big win right afterwards. And right now, we're about to finish pushing up again on oil, so can't do anything on that one. It's too late to get into an idea. You'll hear me say that a bunch right now. So we have to wait. Crypto folks, up here at the very high, you are rejecting from our system. You have a triple confirmation too as it is happening. You see all three price are hitting a box above. ETH is hitting the weekly box. Bitcoin is hitting the daily box in the center. Ethereum is hitting the daily box on the bottom right of our screen. So if you're a crypto person, this is such a good place to take profit on longs, because now you're going to potentially reverse all the way back down to 69K again versus longing the very high there. It'll get you. It's not a short yet, by the way. And then, Reedy, I see your question now, so I can answer it. Give me 1 second. I'm having trouble using my Discord. My doubt is if we take the subscription, should we need to have TradingView Premium Plan, or would it be okay to have that? You need to have some type of premium plan with TradingView, because if not, TradingView limits like your ability to change your time frames and stuff like that, which is going to be an issue. We have, our system comes with 3 things that you can use as well, which is needed for that. The basic tier, the basic, whatever their cheapest premium plan is what you're going to need, is what you'll need. Take care, Loose Pot. Yeah, man, markets are continuing to chop up. So we'll see if things can develop throughout the stream and see if we can get into anything. But right now, they're chopping. So we do have a new confirmation over here that I'll mark out with you guys. The ES is in a new bearish confirmation. The NQ is in a new bearish confirmation. US 30 is in a bearish confirmation. This is what the averages look like. The ES is in a better spot compared to the NQ because it can run more than the average. US 30s over here in a bearish confirmation. Your SQQQ, unfortunately, is still neutral. So don't size big. The UVXY might have confirmed bullish here, which is very positive for our shorts right now. It did, by the way. Just has just a little bit of room, but it still supports the idea, so that's good. So shorts are good. And then Russell has continued shorts as well, which helps us. SPY and QQQ are neutral, which will not help us. RWM, which is the opposite of Russell, is bullish, so that helps us. So things are either neutral or bearish to help us run these shorts. So shorts should be good. I would still size small because the amount of chop that's going around right now, this doesn't need to be a huge win. So shorts are active. You're welcome, Reedy. These candles are moving fast too, by the way. It's already 50% of the average win on both of them. Again, the average on the ES is 87 ticks, which is 21.75 handles or points. The NQ, it's 92.5. You've now traveled 45 already. US 30, the average is 147. Could be cool if we can get down to our targets too. So as we watch this one live, there are bearish targets here. There's an 85% chance we get here today. That's on the ES. It's 87% on the NQ. So right here. And then over here, 88 on US 30. That's a really high hit rate chance. So each one of them, the percentage chance is a little bit higher than the other. And all three are very high. So shorts can double up on the ES essentially because that's 38 handles overall. Right now, just trying to get to the average first. You can see UVXY at the very top of our box. The NQ right now is hitting take profit 1 with our box right here, guys. That's one of the things that can slow us down just a little bit. And again, UVXY is going to slow us down too. They're both hitting take profit. It could be one of those times that just to move your stop to break even. If you get stopped out, it's totally okay. We can move on for the next idea. Russell just went the full box to box. So 134 and then now an additional 83. So 210 overall. Reedy, when you say that I'm saying Reedy, I don't know if it's ready, I apologize. But just make sure you reach out to me on our Discord side and I can help you out. But I'm trying to type these notes out so I don't forget. Shorts are still good. UVXY and NQ are taking profit at our boxes, which is why things have stopped. See where the SQQQ is at now. Trying to see if there's a box hit right here. I believe there is. Oh, no, not yet. So we'll keep watching that together. AK, that works for me, bud. Can you message me on Discord? I just tagged everybody on that side. So just click my name and send me a DM so I know you're there. Apple is no longer neutral. It is now bearish. You can't open yet, but we're just tracking it going into New York Open. Amazon is still neutral. Microsoft is still the one that's bearish. And then Nvidia is still neutral as well. So we have 2 that are bearish now, 2 that are neutral. It would have been nice if Amazon popped this box, but it did not. It has to actually hit. Forex, folks, DXY is currently neutral, and it's just smacking between our daily and weekly box. The blue box here is our monthly system, and that's just for aggression. The euro is stuck between 2 boxes right now, so they're both neutral. So Forex, we can't do anything just yet. Gold, as we were looking around, that is a huge candle on gold. This is 6 minutes, by the way, just to show you guys what I mean by if you are a gold trader. That's a 270 point candle in 6 minutes. So for anyone who says I can win a lot of money, just make sure you say the opposite. You can lose a lot of money too. And right now you're stuck in a box, so you can't do anything on it anyways. Oil did come up and hit our next daily system, so there could be a play that develops. But reminder, guys, on oil right now, you have a red trending box and a green trending box against each other, so it's going to be harder to play those assets. And then reminder on crypto, folks, that we're looking for potential shorts to develop. ETH is now short, but Bitcoin is neutral. Tether is neutral. So if you're going to short ETH, you need to build confluence with Total 2. So trying to see if Total 2 is short. And it is. So these are valid. You just need to size really small because it's not worth the high probability, because Tether can roll over here, which will kill your play right there. Same thing with Bitcoin, could roll over too. Whoops. See, what I mean is, and then Bitcoin can roll over like this, and that would kill your ETH play. Those of you guys, if your stops are at break even, now you're gone out of that play, that is normal trading, and that is totally okay. It's about being safe. If you got 40 handles out of it on the NQ, congrats. If you got, how many out of the ES? Almost 15 handles out of the ES, great. And now you are chopped out, and that's totally okay. We'll see here in 7 minutes if we can produce a new play out of it. Again, look over here on the right side about that. UVXY is stopping us. And then we have 6 minutes away from the candle closing for a new update on potentially ideas. Could get another one of these, come up, pop the box, and then potentially, or just offer a better entrance up here if you scooped out that first version. But the biggest culprit of stopping the current play is that NQ hitting our weekly system. And then the thing that we can watch is the potential that these really low, I say really low, but they're just much lower than where current price is, but they still have a really high hit rate for our daily scalp and beacon targets. That could just be what New York wants to do. And New York doesn't open for another hour. So maybe we do this, come up here, pop this, then get into a new bearish confirmation like that, and then get here relatively quickly during the New York session. And that would potentially be should be like a 300-point win, I would imagine. Right here. It's a 212-point win, 850 ticks. So that would be nice. But we might not get that, and our current shorts still hold. The biggest thing too, like when I'm talking to you guys in this live environment, that our shorts are still good. I'm just saying, for those of you that were in it and got taken out at break even, no matter what I'm telling you about that, the shorts are still good until we confirm long up here. Shorts are good till we continue going down. If there's anything you guys need to see, please let me know. Russell also with that full take profit on the box here, which stopped us. And all the stopping is right now is just a take profit. They're not opening longs just yet. SPY as well. SPY actually cleared its target too. This right here. And QQQ has a target down here with an 83% chance. Sorry, I can't spell. So during that New York session, there's an 83% chance we go there. Go. Just for you YouTube folks, I just put the pin note for our Discord where there's no lag or delay. If you want to join us over there. Next close is in 2 minutes. We'll update all the indexes and index futures and stocks. Have a bunch of macro alerts that keep going off too, guys, from before. If UVXY confirms bullish off the weekly box, is that a good time to take profit? So Lou, for me, I usually don't have the weekly system on for ETFs. I just care about what the daily system's doing for it because I'm just trying to use these to improve the daily plays that I do on the indexes. I will pop the weeklies on to better answer your question though. I do have that in the rule set too for you guys. Just waiting for it to load, sorry. Come on. I think I have to force it to show on these. There it goes. That's why it has that extra force show weeklies. So Lou, you're asking if it closes above this weekly box. At the moment, it did not. Why can't I see all your guys' names today on Discord? It's getting annoying. It's like blocking your guys' names off. SQQQ did not confirm, but the ES, the NQ, US 30, Russell, all four of the main indexes all confirmed short at the same time. RWM also confirmed long, and not UVXY. The SQQQ did not confirm, so you're not wrong. I will remember that, Dorsif. I'm going to turn the weekly off now, Lou. Much better. You guys can see the shorts are still good and price action still going there. UVXY is up here right now. Again, there was a little bit of a glitch on TradingView with their spreads. But the Dorsif, the only thing that didn't confirm, you are correct, was the SQQQ, but all four assets that we watched from an index futures perspective, the ES, the NQ, US 30, and Russell, all said to short on the same candle. And then UVXY did support it, and so did RWM. The SQ was the only one that was neutral. So if you weren't in it, it's totally okay. You didn't miss anything. And it's right now, it's at the initial entrance area anyways, but we're still getting chopped up a little bit. You can see that. See if the UVXY can extend above and continue shorts going through. SPY is now the opposite of what we want. Again, so there's going to be a little bit of chop here now, everybody. The SPY is now bullish, not neutral anymore, which is the opposite of what we want for shorts. The QQQ is still neutral. The Russell is no longer bullish. It is now neutral as well. The reason why the Russell over here is neutral, not short anymore, is you've gotten all the way to our box, hit it, full take profit was hit, and now it's reversing off. If that candle confirms closes green in 14 minutes, then the Russell will also be long. Nothing has changed on the stocks. You still have two that are neutral and two that are bearish. And then all other assets, they don't confirm for another 12 minutes. So we'll update them more as we go. I'm going to try to not bounce around as much and just sit in the same charts. And then Dorsef, there's nothing wrong with you choosing to not take a play because the SQQQ doesn't confirm during the New York session. It doesn't mean that the play is not valid for our system, but it's totally okay if you choose not to take it. There are people now on the Russell that refuse to take any play on the Russell unless the RWM confirms. And RWM doesn't even open until 2 hours into the London session, so it doesn't even exist during Asia, which means you're going to miss out on these, which is totally fine. That was a full 134-point win, another win, and then that one retraced. But it's okay to miss those as long as you stay consistent with the strategy you're going to use. And if your strategy is, I'm not going to do anything unless the SQQQ is telling me to, that's totally appropriate. The stats that you guys see, though, during the New York session, there's no, I don't use only wins on the ESNQ if the SQQQ confirms. The stats are solely based off of the ESNQ only. We use the SQQQ and UVXY to build conviction to miss losses or to help extend wins further rather than totally avoiding plays. But in a live setting, my job here is to help you guys avoid potential chop or losses and things like that. This keeps happening too, where like the New York pre-session, the candles have been slowing down a lot going into New York Open, and then right on the New York opening candle, they start to be a little bit more aggressive, and then they tend to just trend in one direction. It's been like the common theme this week. But markets have been slower this week too, overall. If you guys need to see anything, let me know. DXY is trying to push up bullish, which means looking for shorts on other assets, but DXY is going to continue to be neutral. It's going to smack into the weekly system here shortly. Eight minutes away from oil producing a short, but it's going to be fighting the trend of the week. Or sorry, the month. Gold and silver, there will be no play. Crypto folks, I'll like that short better on ETH if Bitcoin can at least fall below the daily box right here. And then just even getting to the other side of the weekly system would allow the ETH to put in that type of move. I can update Tesla. I'll put it over here on the right side for right now. I think this is a bearish confirmation from our box on Tesla. Yeah. So at the moment, Tesla is bearish, but don't worry, the J, just make sure remind me to check Tesla before New York opens. I'll have to keep floating back and forth between Tesla and Nvidia. But at the moment, Tesla is telling us to look for puts when New York opens. And then I'll keep updating that every 15 minutes when the candles close. Oil does have an inverse. It's SCO, Lou. I'll show you. So you'd want a long, and there isn't. But SCO is the inverse relationship to oil. And you can see, man, it looks pretty damn good on the weekly system. So start of the week during the New York session, you should be shorting oil. And we can put them next to each other. Let's go like this. So where oil feels like it's the wild, wild west. When oil is down here, the inverse relationship right here is telling you to long oil, short oil, which is right here. And then now up here on the top side of the weekly system, and you can see it's like almost creating that big old triangle before another break, again like this. It's just bouncing around our weekly system, and then the goal now is it's going to get here, which means potentially by tomorrow oil's up to here, and then the triangle should break from it. But SCO is the inverse relationship to oil. So whenever this one tells you to go long, this one should be telling you to go short. And if you're ever not sure, you can always just, let me show you. So just literally type in ProShares, and it will list off all the inverse relationship assets, just like that. And then you can find almost all of them for what you need. If you're a New York trader, that's what you should be doing. You can see we're retracing pretty far now. UVXY has now gone box to box. I can move this off. And then we'll see here in 4 minutes about a better entrance now for shorts because you'll be closer to a stop loss point. I'll show you what I mean. So this would be the potential. NQ still isn't as good because the stop would still have to extend above the box. US 30 would be really good because you actually could shrink your stop loss a little bit. We have 3 minutes before the close, so just let the candle close first. Yeah, anytime, guys, for all of you that are members, whenever an asset is in trending boxes, so green or red, or worse, they're in green and red, again, conflicting trends, which means you should really let off the gas with the way you're trading that asset. Anytime you're in trending boxes, it's really helpful to look at the inverse relationship to that asset if it's available, because it can bring a lot more clarity, because that asset isn't going to trend on every day, or at least not yet, because it opened 3 hours ago. Trying to pull up copper and platinum. I don't use an inverse to copper. Copper's been really clean on the daily system here. It's gone 360 so far. Platinum, not so much. But again, you're on this asset, though it looks beautiful from the daily system, huge wins, you're still fighting a bullish trend and a bearish trend, which in theory you should be staying away from the asset, though the daily system doesn't care and is outperforming the markets right now. Just about to have that close. UVXY is going to be neutral. SQQQ is still going to be neutral as well. Which means, again, the shorts that we're still in, the NQ is going to ruin it, though. The NQ is about to confirm long. I'm not sure why I was still holding the short on here, which is going to be conflict. So I just want to show you guys what happened. We now have conflict on the chart. The NQ is bullish. The ES is bearish. This means there is no good play. So you can't long the NQ here. US 30, the shorts are still active. The ES shorts are still active too, but like I was saying before, if you were in the play, you should have been stopped out at break even in practice. But you can't go long here on the NQ, even though this is a bullish confirmation from the box, because the only way to take a long on the NQ is the ES has to be short. So I need to put that note in the Discord side. Give me a second. No, that did not work. Again, SPY is bullish too. Russell's actually in longs now, so see if we can run it back. RWM is also bearish, but again, the chart on RWM always looks bad until New York opens, because the ETF looks like crap. Then New York opens and the candles become much more predictable and manageable. But I just want to make sure you guys all know here on the Discord side that so just so you guys know, like for those that are not members, but and those of you that are, I'll try to type the same messages here so we all have it. If you're wanting plays to be aggressive and move fast in your favor and big wins, now is not the time. So we have conflict on the chart. The NQ is bullish. The ES is bearish. The Russell is bullish. SPY is bullish. US 30 is bearish. So the fact that they're now not all confirmed the same direction just means there's a higher probability that you're going to get chopped up on the current plays. So please be aware of that. Russell can still outplay markets, but it would be the only one. Like, you shouldn't be in the ES shorts anymore. You shouldn't be in the US 30 shorts anymore. That's why that stop out at break even after 50% can be helpful in this play. Because remember, yesterday we had those big longs that produced out on the ES, these ones right here. That 64 handle win is what all we needed. And then today is just a break even day. It's much better to go break even than to keep having losses. We did have a confirmation on everything, so let me update everything real quick. Tesla is still bearish confirmed. If it closes green above this box, then it can be looking for calls at New York Open. Again, like I said, I'll keep updating that for that person. Microsoft and Apple are both still bearish until they close above. And then Amazon is still neutral, but if it can hit this box, then we can see if we can get a play to produce out. And then real quick, I want to check to see if NVIDIA hit that box above because it was close, but it might still be neutral. Nope, NVIDIA is still neutral too. Again, wrote it up here. So while that one stays there, I'll keep Tesla up for our friend that was asking about it. The goal with the stocks is two things, guys. One, we're tracking for the options, folks, but options can't activate for 25 more minutes. That way, right at New York Open, you have an inkling to which side it's going to go rather than trying to avoid it. And then the other thing, too, is these four main stocks, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, and NVIDIA, though Tesla is up right now, is those four, when they're confirmed the same direction, or most of them are confirmed the same direction of our index plays, it builds confluence that the index plays can go really far in our favor. You guys see how the current play is chopping up now and continuing to go up? Again, if you're on the Russell, it's great as that continues to keep pushing up, trying to get to this. But there's all the rest you shouldn't be in anymore because it's chop. This conflict that's on here. Hope that I'm making sense. We always want plays to be big winners, and this is not the time for that. And then in 9 minutes, can see if longs can happen. And then we leave these bearish beacons and scalp targets in the dust and then start trending bullish away from them. So there's that possibility too. Yeah, Lou, you're talking about right over here where price keeps moving away from. And then those of you guys that are playing stock options, SPY being bullish is going to help. If they flip into longs. Amazon did hit the box now, so that can at least help us get another asset that could confirm. Again, DXY continuing to just chop up between boxes. Gold chopping between boxes. Silver chopping between boxes. Oil did produce that conflicting short. I do say conflicting because you're red on green trend. And it produced the full average win of 83 points in 7 minutes. It's traveled 90 points so far. Average win is 83. And crypto folks, that's what I was talking about, that Bitcoin and Tether can roll over, which would cause that ETH play to get wrecked, which you can see now that's happened. See how Tether did this. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with you guys using that like daily open or VWAPs, things like that from a take profit perspective. The goal is to use those things after a box gives you a confirmation. You don't have to throw away all your strategies. And also, when it comes to like daily opens or VWAPs, it's just one of those things that like if markets are really, really choppy, those things become really, really effective because VWAPs and daily opens are going to reverse price basically 50% less of their full moves. That's what those things are using it for. So I think it's a great time to use it when markets are extremely choppy. So I'm happy for you, Lou. TTFX, I remember you from a while back on YouTube, and now I see you on the Discord side. I hope you're doing well. Six minutes from the next close. And then we'll have one more close before New York Open. I really would like the NQ to go higher and let the US 30 and the ES chop up a little bit, just so that the NQ can confirm into a new set of shorts. That way, if New York does bring bearish market to come clear these targets that we have, again, 85%, 87%, 88% chance that we go down to these targets, I really want the NQ to get into shorts as well. The SQQQ would need to get into longs, and that's going to be hard unless it does this. But we would need a pretty bullish move right now on the NQ over the next 20 minutes. I mean, that's plenty enough time, but it's something that we'll be watching together. All four, sorry, this is Tesla, but all four of these stocks are all hitting the same box at the same time. It could mean that we'll have a pretty aggressive New York Open session, guys. Just chopping up, man. Aggressive to the short side over here. So like, we don't want to make assumptions on what it's going to do. Right now, Apple's telling us we're going to be looking for shorts, and so is Microsoft, and so is Tesla. But the one thing that I want to note just from like a live environment is they're all hitting this box at the same time, which could mean they're all going to aggressively move together, which in this case would be down, not up. The only way we would flip bullish from that would be them all flipping this box above it at the same time, and they haven't done that as of right now. So right now it looks like the potential for downside, not upside, which would help us get to these targets, by the way, that are on the screen. Two minutes from the next close, and that'll be the last close before New York Open. Comes that next close. US 30 and ES are still holding. NQ is a no-go. If Amazon closes this candle red in less than a minute, then it will also be looking for puts, but it's not going to close red. And then we'll have one more candle for New York. Come on. And then Dorsif, if you're still here, notice that you haven't missed anything just yet. It's one of those times that, like, I know you said you came on the stream after it was activated, and now if you came back, we're pretty much still in the same exact spot. So it's one of those things, man, that like we always feel like we're going to miss stuff, but you'd be surprised how many times when the system isn't giving clear indications of everything that we're all just thinking we're going to miss everything, and it's not true. So we just had another close, last close before the New York opens. I'll keep you guys posted as we get closer to it. But at the moment, the ES is still bearish. The NQ is still bullish. The NQ was bearish before to activate the ES and US 30 plays. But right now, the NQ hit take profit at our weekly system, which is why True Algo does that. Like, it could be annoying. Like, why didn't we get to keep going lower yet? It's like True Algo did its job. One of our sister assets hit a take profit, and then price reverses out. And so now there's conflict where the NQ wants to go bullish, but the ES wants to go bearish. So if this is one of those times where you're like, well, why can't my play just go immediately? Why aren't these shorts going further right now? Well, the reason why is because True Algo is trying to reverse a single asset, and that's why we watch more than one asset at a time. But the US 30 and the ES are still valid. The NQ is invalidating or trying to invalidate those plays. The SQQQ is neutral, which means if you're not in anything right now and your rule is to not be in anything until the SQQQ, which is a good rule, by the way, then there's still nothing to do at the moment. And there won't be anything to do at New York Open unless New York starts to get very volatile. The UVXY is currently neutral. Again, you can see we hit a box above. That's what stopped these plays down here. And then now UVXY has come down. This is the opposite to the ES or SPY for all you guys that are out there that trade those assets. And right now the UVXY is neutral because it's stuck in a box. SPY is bullish, which is a conflict. QQQ is neutral, which means it's not supporting anything that we're doing. The Russell is long, which is against the ES and US 30. RWM is supposed to be bearish. Again, it's still having issues with it having the wrong color close just because of the pre-market data. So it'll clean up here. It is below a box now, so it would be telling you to look for reasons to go long. So it does still support it. I'm just saying it should have closed red and it did not. Amazon still closed neutral. It did hit this box and stop, but you have to close bearish to open shorts or puts in this case. Apple's still looking for puts at New York Open. Microsoft is still looking for puts at New York Open. Tesla is still looking at puts because that was a short for New York Open. I will update all 4 of these right before New York does open to help you. And then NVIDIA will still be neutral as it hasn't hit a box yet. So there's no move on NVIDIA for New York Open. It's going to move at New York Open, but it's not one that we're going to be taking. So I'll keep Tesla up per request and because it already has an activation. DXY for you Forex folks is going to be neutral for New York Open. So there will be no play for Forex. Again, the only way to take plays on Forex, like the Euro, the Pound, the Aussie, the Canadian, the UJ, whatever they are, you need the DXY to also confirm in that opposite direction, unless it's led by USD. So like the UJ or the UCAD would be the same direction. If you're using the 6 series, then it would always be the opposite of what DXY confirms. And right now, DXY is neutral. So all plays on the Euro are going to be less probability in your favor, unless you're on something that doesn't use DXY. So if we look at the Euro versus the Pound, is there a move on here for all you CFD folks? And right now, the Euro versus the Pound is bullish. So that in order for this to play out, that means that the Euro would need to be stronger in anything that happens compared to the Pound in order for that to work out. Gold and silver, there's nothing to do. Oil shorts looks like they're about to have another leg down getting into that New York Open. But gold and silver, there's still nothing to do. You're still stuck hitting between 2 different boxes right now. Crypto folks, Bitcoin is neutral. ETH is neutral. Tether is neutral. So we are back into the waiting game. And as I updated every one of those assets, the indexes have gone nowhere, which should not be a surprise at the moment. How do the indexes look from a macro point of view? Let's go check it. We got time. So what you guys are going to see here in a second is just these. One second. I got you. Can you guys just confirm that you can see the macro chart now for the ES? This one over here. So at the moment, the ES is still holding my macro box down here. We started the week out with that, and now potentially just chopping up from my extra box and the weekly system. And you're not able to close a 4-hour inside of our weekly trend box. And that's what's slowing us down. But it was bullish from the weekly to start the New York session yesterday. That's one of the reasons why we pushed up. That's for the ES, but right now you're more neutral than anything. Let's see if the NQ is a different story. You can see the NQ is trying to break above, and it did close above my macro box. That's the first close, by the way, that it's done, which is very bullish compared to what it's been doing versus this one when it popped the weekly trend box and stopped. So you have a 4-hour close on the NQ above the weekly system right here. And this red box is my macro personal box. And so the NQ is leading us to be more bullish than bearish. Still is a little bit choppy. US 30 is already bullish over my 4-hour line. And then just waiting to see where True Algo has those boxes stacked. And US 30 is trending bullish, and that means you're only looking for it to go higher. So right now we want US 30 to go up to 47,165. So that's two charts that are telling us to be bullish, not to be bearish from the macro. The NQ is more neutral. And then Russell, even before the boxes pop up, this is neutral at the moment, just where it's stuck. And there you go. It's stuck inside of the monthly box as well. So Russell and the ES are more on the neutral side right now. The NQ and US 30 are on the bullish side, which means that's chop more than it does mean that markets are going to do exactly what we want them to do, which is not surprising that these plays are just chopping up at the moment. Yeah, and then Ben, if you remember because you were with me on the generational wealth stream, that for that SQQQ over here, that I fully expect if the generational wealth stuff follows, remember for 1 or 2 weeks, we do this and then that happens. And then the opposite happens for the ES that we talked about, where you spend almost every time in the past 20 years, you'll have, after losing this on the generational wealth perspective, we have 1 to 2 weeks where the ES will close bullish, and then it will continue to rotate back down all the way over here. Yep, you're all good. Well, yeah, because remember, those are weekly closes, so it's going to take time. It'll be one of those things like in 2 weeks from now when we're at a new low, it's like, oh yeah, we went up for 2 weeks and then dropped real hard after that. It's like, yep. But got to take time. New York's going to open here in 5.5 minutes. I'll update everything again as we get real close, but as you guys can see, we haven't really moved much overall for the entire stream so far. And then for those of you guys that are here right now, I will go live again a second time, and I'll go live in this channel too. So you guys can feel free to join us a second time and see where price has landed during the New York session. If you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. I'm going to be a little bit quiet as we wait for the New York candle to get closer, and then I'll talk a lot more.
When you walk in the office, you have bots.
Sorry for the not epic epilogue or things like that. Just watching price with you guys, and markets are chopping, so I always feel weird not talking, but there's nothing really to say at the moment. All right, New York is going to pop here in 2 minutes. So getting over to these stocks, and then volatility is kicking in with them as they're just trying to set their orders right before New York pops here for people who can actually move the assets because they're not worried about options. Again, talking like the hedge funds and things like that. Tesla is going to, as long as it doesn't push up in the next minute and a half, it is going to confirm into puts right at New York Open. Microsoft is still in puts, even though we had these big bullish candle wick up to the top. It has to close by the box. Apple's still looking for puts. And then Amazon is the only one that looks like it's going to be looking for calls right at New York Open. So just a little bit of conflict, but 3 out of 4 are looking to be bearish at New York Open. SPY is going to be bullish, which is conflict on the ES play. QQQ is neutral, which means it's not helping us in any way, shape, or form. The Russell is bullish, where the ES and US 30 are bearish. The biggest problem I have right now on the charts is with that NQ confirmed bullish, the ES is confirmed bearish, so that's conflict. It's the fact that US 30 and the ES are going to move in the opposite direction of each other when New York pops. About 80% of the time they diverge, which means one of them is going to lose rather than both of them going to win. And yeah, so that's another reason why there's conflict on the chart, and this is going to be a harder session. The thing we do want to be aware of, though, still is those chances for that are high probability chance we go down bearish for these targets, but we might get chopped up before that and then get a play after that. New York's just about to open. Gold is about to confirm long. Oil's going to open neutral for New York session. Silver is neutral too. There is gold's long. Let me stay over here. And US 30 actually lost right on the opening of that candle, so it's done. Because again, it closed above that box right there. UVXY is confirmed bearish, which means we should only look for prices to go upwards, everybody. Russell just won again back to back. Reminder that Russell continues in the month of March, everybody, to outperform markets. So there's another win on Russell. SPY is going as planned, which means the stocks are going to push up. Microsoft puts are playing out real quick. Tesla's currently still in profit on their puts. Amazon calls one right at New York Open, and then Apple hasn't moved very much so far. Trying to see if NVIDIA popped the box yet. Nope, NVIDIA has not. It is pushing up pretty big right now. So trying to leave Tesla up for that person. Oop, wrong one. And right one. Oh my goodness, I am losing it right now. There we go. Sorry about that. Russell going to extend further up. And now, reminder, ES is dead. NQ's not really budging much. And then that UVXY is short, which means for New York Open, we should just be looking for indexes to go up, which they are at the moment. I don't think this was a confirmation for US 30, though. It has to be 3 ticks. It was 3 ticks, but not a play that I think you could get into. But still is a play that counts nonetheless. Russell taking profit at our box and stopping at the moment. And now Apple's retracing, so is Tesla. Nothing on crypto. You guys can't do anything because the other asset's being neutral. Lou, I will teach you something. Yes, we do watch VIX, Jay, and the VIX is in our system too. We also do the VIX every Monday on our macro overview as well. So Lou, usually, and I'm telling you from those of you guys that have known me for the longest and have been with us more than a month, and if you've been with us for a year or years, the most time that people will ask us about 50-50 and do you have stats specifically on how many times it goes 50% and then reverses, this stuff always comes in whenever a month is harder than others, which is why that question that you're asking, someone asked something similar yesterday. These questions always come up when markets get choppy. And instead, if you guys would just rely on me telling you this in the sentiment updates, which I have been, that's where you can be like, oh, instead of what's the probability that markets are going to be in conflict or have more 50-50 plays or stopping at 50%, then just use the fact of what I tell you in the sentiment channel. And that's what I'm here for, and that's what I tell you guys. That's when you're going to see it seem like those are happening more than often than not. But for the past 6 weeks, that wasn't the case at all. And then I'm just trying to make, unless I got your question wrong, is there any average or stats to what asset normally loses or wins on conflict? I see what you're saying. With whenever the ES or NQ is in conflict. Well, are you talking about, Lou, specifically for US 30 against the ES or US 30 against the NQ? Or just when, because if it's a conflict of like the ES against the NQ, you would never be in the idea either way. I think that's what you're asking, right? With New York Open, US 30? Let me know. And if that's the case, I apologize for what I was answering earlier. Yeah. No, if I don't have a stat for the probability of when they are confirmed the opposite. It's just 80% of the time on average, give or take, whatever the ES is confirmed, then the ES and the NQ go the opposite of US 30. It's not even just confirmed. It's just they go the opposite direction at New York Open for the first 45 minutes. This is a good sign, by the way, with US 30 hitting our daily box. And if it reverses out, if I just want to get the NQ to go higher, though, to produce this, and then the ES can dilly-dally here and still produce new shorts with the NQ as well. And then we can get a really big win on shorts for the New York session down to these targets. Right now, there is nothing. Russell can also get into a new set of shorts too. SQQQ continues to be neutral, which means markets are continuing to chop up according to it, even though UVXY is confirming in other ways. Yes, it did. Can still see it pushing up too. And now this isn't the area to enter bullish on Tesla. It'll be when it closes above here in 9 minutes. There's a lot of talk about Optimus, and then because Elon posted a video, and then there's also the SpaceX IPO that continues to get pushed for potentially for this week. Right now, Amazon's hitting a box above on those calls. Apple's still hitting the box above. Microsoft had a $2 move on the chain and then has now retraced back up. Trying to see if NVIDIA has hit the box above now too. It is hitting a box, but I'm not sure if it's above it now. It is above it. Could help carry the Russell higher. SPY did push all the way to the box above for open. And now we did get the QQQ back up to this box, which is a good sign to see if the next close can produce shorts. It won't be on this current candle, so it actually is going to be closer to the next live stream candle that we do. You can see there's no clear play at the moment with all the boxes that are in the way on indexes. Yeah, so as I am going to jump off here in a couple of minutes, guys, and then I'll be live again in another hour to help you out. I will be live again in this channel, so I will jump on if you guys want to hang out. The biggest thing that we're watching is even if the NQ gets a close above here in 7 minutes, the ES is going to be stuck here. The SQQQ at the same time is almost to its box, which means it can reverse, which means you're going to chop up here. So there is still no clear direction of where price wants to go. And when you come back here in an hour, it shouldn't be surprised if we're literally in the same exact spot again. You're not missing much price action. The biggest thing that we want to get to produced out that's going to be the easiest is, and again, trying to predict the future. You're not going to get a short on this current candle in 7 minutes. It's impossible. Just in the fact that like the only way to get a short is it has to close red. That means it has to close below there. And that's not going to happen. So if this can stop here or even stop there, that's totally fine. Because then in 15 minutes after that, you could then get into a bearish confirmation here and they all could produce shorts. And it would be nice to just continue pushing up a little bit so that the SQQQ could get down to also produce longs, because that will cause a really high probability that the shorts will play out. So that's something that we'll be looking for together. It's not, the shorts can or will not, statistically speaking, happen on this candle. It's just not possible unless prices drop. And listen, man, it can, but it has to drop 70 points from where it's at right now in order for it to happen. But the biggest thing here, guys, is like markets are just chopping. You're hitting boxes. You're remaining neutral. It'll feel like you're not getting to do much, but that's price action right now in avoiding losses by doing that. Unless you're on Russell. Russell apparently doesn't like to lose, and it continues producing wins within this chop. A reminder that has been covered about the month of March that Russell had in 2025. Russell had 21 wins in a row without a loss. So it continues to outplay markets when markets tend to be choppier. And you can see the index stocks are not moving the same as each other either. Amazon bullish, Nvidia bullish now, Tesla is bullish, Apple is bearish, Microsoft is bearish. No candle is moving the same way as each other. So markets are not sure. That's why the indexes are chopping up too. So you won't miss much. And we're not going to miss anything on this current candle close either. So if you guys will, we will. Yeah, and I remember, Bill, I remember you and I talking about that too, bud. I will be live again in an hour. We will be live here. I don't think we're going to miss very much, by the way, but like in the meantime, which is good while we're pausing. If you guys will hang out with us, then we will be here. Those of you guys on YouTube, we will not be on the YouTube side, so you'll have to come join us on our Discord side. So please check us out over there. All right, folks. I appreciate you guys. See you in an hour.